So, good morning, everybody. In today's class, we are going to study the same chapter. This is the continuation of the last chapter we had yesterday. That is adjective comparison. Okay, we will study today lesson number 9, adjective comparison. Okay, adjective comparison. So, yesterday in the class, we have been discussed about three kinds of adjective. So, the first was okay, before starting the class, students, please make me sure am I visible and audible to everybody? Okay. So take out your book, page number 47 and 48. Page number 47 and 48. And please come on time so that they are joining still. So come on time. So we had three types of adjective yesterday. First was positive degree. Another was comparative. Then the next one is superlative. So I told you yesterday that what is positive degree. See the definition of positive degree is given on page number 48 of your book. That it is used either to describe a single thing. Okay, it is used either to describe a single thing or to have a comparison between same level. Okay, if you want to do comparison between same level, we have to use positive degree. What is the structure of positive degree? We generally use as adjective as. See, as then as. So here can be tall, small, or anything. What about comparative? See, okay, so the comparative degree is used for unequal comparison. When we have to do unequal comparison, we use comparative degree. Okay, between the quality and quantity of two things and two persons. Clear? When we have to do comparison between two things and two person. See that between two things and two person. Okay, what is to be used here? We use here than. Sometimes we use to, then we use more. So these are the adjectives that we use in comparative degree. Okay. Now the third part what I explained you that was superlative degree. Now the superlative, see the super as it shows with its name, the person or the thing that is super among all. Please don't raise your hand in the very beginning of the class. I will give you time in the last when we have 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. So it is used. Oh, it is used when one thing or person is single out in a comparison that involves. Okay, that involves several things or several person. As I told you, a thing or a person that is single out among whatever thing you want to be or compare. Okay. Now we are going to study. Okay, that we studied types of comparative degree. Where there is one syllable, we use er. Okay, double syllable also we use er, then in superlative est, in comparative er. Okay, till here we studied. Okay, junior to, senior to, inferior to, and superior to. These things we were studying yesterday. That junior to, we are not going to use than. Okay, we will not use than with superior and senior, inferior, and preferable. So these are the comparative, or these are the adjectives. See, junior. So for junior, we are not going to use than. What to be used? To. That will be cut. In the same way, inferior to, superior to. Okay, so these are the things that we have to keep in your or in our mind. Now, younger than, older than, here we use so than. Okay, concerned, more concerned, want, more want, cooked, more cooked, and less cooked. We cannot say more junior than or more senior than, as I told you. Now see, more is not needed because these words are already in comparative degree. They are already comparing between two things or quality. That is why we could not use more here. Okay, these comparative degree of adjectives do not take more or less before them. See, I was talking about junior, superior, inferior, and all. Okay, so when we are talking about these things, so then as well as more also cannot be used because they are already, making comparison between the two things. In the same way, in the same way, it is worth nothing that a superlative term is possible when these terms come. What terms? See, Natali is the junior most officer in platoon. Then Abhas is the senior most employee. See, that was about comparative degree. But what about superlative degree? See, junior most officer. For superlative degree, we use, okay, junior we have already written here. We use most. Inferior, most. Then after whatever you want to do, officer or anything, employee. So for after junior, there will be most, and then after to what comparison you're going to make, that one should be mentioned. So junior most officer and senior most employee. The adjective good, better, and far is special cases with the following comparative. So there are some special cases as well in adjectives. Okay, what is that? Good, bad, and far. See, good, bad. What is the visible bracelet? First was good, bad, far. Okay, so there are three adjectives that are having some different forms. Okay, we cannot use er here, or we cannot use than, and also we are not going to use more here. So for good we use best and better and best, bad, worse and worst, far, farther and farther. See, what is that? Best, best, WRST, SE worse, and then WORST worse. Then here FAREHER farther, and then Farthest. Okay, one more thing is given. That is what? Farthest and furthest. See, sometimes we use FUR also. Farther, further, and furthest. Okay. So don't be confused in between these two. So that was what? Good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, then far, farther, further, then farthest and further. Okay, these two. Okay, now adjectives that take more or less to build their comparative forms that take the most or the least to build their superlative. I told you yesterday when we use more and most. Okay, more. So more is to be used for comparative and most. And I told you that this article the will come for the superlative degree. So that will be C. Active, less active. What will be superlative of the least active? Okay. Important, more important, and the most important. Concerned, less concerned, and the least concerned. Okay. So students, that was all about your chapter. Now, if you have any doubt, you have 5 minutes to raise your hand and then ask me first. After that, we are proceeding for the exercises. Harshit Agrawal. Harshit.
Hello,
Yes.
ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
Ma'am, types of comparative forms.
Types of
Comparative forms.
so that is what comparative degree. I told that there are three types of comparative degree: positive, comparative, and superlative. Positive, comparative, superlative given on page number 48, and also definition. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
And
ma'am.
anything else?
No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Abhika. Abhika. Jyoti Mishra.
Hello.
Yes, Jyoti.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, that you have tell to search the lesson 2 and 3. I thought, but I didn't get it.
What?
Ma'am, you have tell that search the lesson 2 and 3. You have not. Yes,
So
I
all
didn't.
the lessons are wait. What the PDF we have was sent already on the group that was already uploaded on Campus Care. If you're not getting, unfortunately, things are there on the group. Take from there. You can take from there easily. Okay. If
Ma'am,
you're at,
my WhatsApp group has gone in any other mobile, so it is
so
not
that
there.
is so in what way teacher will help you, dear? That you should save with you. Okay, students should save all the files. So if you have any such types of problem, you just forward this to any other any other WhatsApp number that is very secure for you. Okay, if again such types of problem occur with you, so you can go to Campus Care. All the things are uploaded. Put the date, import the date, the PDF PDF had been sent. Go to that date and then find out. You just download from there and use it.
Yes,
Clear?
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Because
Okay, ma'am.
teachers are uploading all PDF every day. So it is very easy to take from there. What to do? Just put the date. That should be correct. Otherwise, you will never get.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Garima Rao.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I can't understand what are the double syllable words.
Okay. Double syllable word is what? There are some words that is ended with one syllable. Okay. Syllable, you
Yes,
can see that the break. See that the word far. FAR. How many syllables are there? Only one, no? How many sounds coming here? Only one sound.
Ma'am,
So there are only one syllable. So where there is one syllable, we have to use ER and EST for making comparative and superlative. You're talking about double syllable. Okay. So see the word happy. How many sounds coming in happy?
ma'am, 2.
See that hai and then after P. So there are two sounds. So where there are double syllable, we will drop Y, I and then ER and then IEST. Happiest. Clear? So try to think. There are some words that in that we have more than two syllables. Okay. Beautiful. Generous. So like that. Try to break the words. How many sounds you will be getting? According to that, you will be getting how many syllables are there. Clear? See that
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
narrow.
I have,
Yes.
ma'am, I
What?
have one more doubt.
Uh,
Ma'am, that if we are joining, ma'am, like the words junior, senior, or superior,
yeah.
when we are joining to and when we are joining most.
Junior is for when you are going to make comparison between, or comparative level between two and more two or more things or two or more persons. Then you have to use junior. She is junior to me. How many persons are there? I and she. She is junior to me, or I am senior to her. So there are two people, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so there, if comparison is made between two person or two things, then junior plus two, not than. Okay, if it will be making for the superlative purpose, okay, comparison or superlative degree. So, what was that? The junior most, then after junior, then after most, senior, then after most. Clear? And whatever she is,
Ma'am, and in exercises, see, rewrite each of the sentences given below. You have not given the answer number 4. You have given the answer, the Pacific is larger than the other.
that was yesterday was given, no? That video.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the Himalayas are higher than the Andes. You're talking about this one?
Yes,
Hmm?
ma'am.
Okay, note down answer this time.
Yes, ma'am.
Says that the Himalayas are higher than the Andes. I will write. Students, this is for all the students. She is saying that maybe this point is missed in the PDF, so I'm giving answer. You can note it down in your book page. For everybody, this is. I will check, then after I will tell you. Okay, so the question is the Himalayas are higher than the Andes. What to do? You change using a note with the positive degree. See that here you have to make positive degree using a note. You have to use note and then you have to make a positive degree. So that will be the Andes are not as high as the Himalayas. So I was talking about when we have positive degree. What was the structure? As, then as. If there is not, so as, not, and then after. No, on 8:15 there is time. No, 8:15. 8:15. Okay. So as, then after whatever adjective you're going to use, that, and then after as, and then after not. See, it's talking about the Andes are not as high as are not as high. We will take only positive word as the Himalayas. Okay. So see that we had used here, we have used here not, then as, high, and then as. Everybody clear? Garima, now you are clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So students, you can note it down this. If point number 4 is missed in the PDF, otherwise I will check, then I will tell you. Thank you, Garima. Okay. So I will explain one more exercise. Exercise D, not D. Exercise B. One from exercise B, point number 9. Point number 9. See, point number 9 is talking about this drawing is dash accurate than the other. How you are going to recognize that here what adjective you have to use, which degree you have to use. So for that you have to check the sentence. See that this drawing is more. That was 9, B9. This drawing after that is dash. After that there was accurate in bracket. Accurate than the other one. See, talking about other one. Okay, other one. This drawing is dash accurate than the other one. See here, than is written. What degree that you have to use, you can try to understand with the help of the given sentence. Here, this drawing, talking about this drawing means there is only one noun, one subject. Okay, than the other one. See, talking about another one, that is also one noun. Okay, single subject. So here comparison between one and then one, two persons or two things. Okay, this drawing is accurate and also what is written here than. So it is very easy to understand that here we are talking about comparative degree. Where there we are talking about comparative degree, what is to use is simply more. This drawing is more accurate because with accurate we will not use ER or EST. So that concept will be wrong. So for this you have to understand and learn whatever positive degree and comparative degree as well, the superlative degree of all these words. Okay. So here chapter 9 is finished. Now let us come to next chapter, that is the last chapter from term 1. Chapter number 10, that is what? Verb introduction. Okay. Verb introduction. Chapter number 10. Verb introduction. Okay, what is verb, students? I hope that in class 5 you might have been studied about this. No? What is what? How many of you are knowing what is verb? Raise your hand and then tell me how many of you are knowing the answer. What is verb? Very good. Number of students are knowing answer. What is verb? That action verb. Okay, verb are action words. Okay, not only action words, but also stative words. Stative. Sometimes it has modal verbs. So many verbs are there, many functions we can count for, verb. See, you know what is verb. So here the chapter says that verb can show action, event or state. Okay, as I told you that not only action but also state as well any event. These all things have been, that described by verb. See, I accidentally locked the door. Locked. The word locked. See, talking about action. Okay, locked. There is any action knowing the word lock. I locked the door. So there is action. So that is why here the word shows what? Action. In the second way it says, the glass shattered with a loud noise. Shattered. 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 Okay. Shattered with the loud voice. The glass shattered. So what was that? That is a, that an event. This word shattered is what? An event. That is described by the verb shattered. What had happened? One event happened. What happened in that event? The glass shattered. Okay. What was the next one? She feels angry all the time. Feels angry all the time. Okay, so the word feels. Angry is not verb. For making you understand, I have word written there. So feels. What is feels? Feels is state. Is there any action in feeling? Huh? Any action in feeling? No, there is not any action at all. Okay, so what these three things can be described by verb only. It can, it can be an action word, an stative word, and also an event can also be shown by verb. So if somebody will ask what is verb, please do not say that an action word is only verb. Even all these things are somewhere attached to verb. Okay. Now, kinds based on function. On the function of verb, how many kinds of verb we are going to have? See, function. According to their function, we have two types of verb. What is that? Main verb and also auxiliary verb. Main verb and auxiliary verb. Okay. What is main verb? These can function alone in a sentence. Main verb is what? You know that with the name it shows main. So it do not need any other help. Main verb is that type of verb that do not need any other word. That is why it is called main verb. So it can function alone. Okay, the king of the sentence. This type of verb is the king of the sentence. No need of any other help. Okay, so these verbs can function alone in a sentence and refer as a full verb. Okay, this is also known as full verb. Full verb. So that is enough for this. Main verb is also known as full verb, as well as it can function alone in a sentence. The king of the sentence. What about auxiliary verb? Okay, when we are talking about auxiliary verbs, so we have number of auxiliary verbs. Okay, see, for auxiliary verb, we can define auxiliary verb into two parts. So the first was one primary auxiliary. Primary auxiliary, and then after we have modal auxiliary. Modal auxiliary. Primary verbs and modal verbs. Okay. See, in primary verbs, all B types of forms will come. For primary, all B, then have, and then to. Sorry, it is not to, it is do. B means is, am, are, was, were, has, have, this type. Okay, all B form is, am, are, was, were, will, and shall. Whatever have. So when we are talking about have, so there will be have, has, had, will have, shall have. Okay. What about do? So here for do there will be do, does, did. So do, does, did, is, am, are, was, were, has, have. When you find these types of word, that is known as primary auxiliary verb, that is come under the category of auxiliary verb. Okay. Then the next one is modal verbs. What is modal verb? So shall, should, can, could, shall, should, and ought. So like that, all these are modal verbs. Okay. See, she spoke to me about her problem. She spoke to me about her problem. So I hope this you all have been understood. Okay. Now I will erase this. Let us talk about main verb. He spoke to me about all her problem. See, if you're talking about this sentence, okay. So for this sentence, I'm talking about full verb. See that here in the sentence, she is subject and also noun. What is this? This is verb. Okay, this is what preposition, and that is what that is talking about predicate. This is what object, direct or indirect object, and this is what here her problem is direct object. So if you're going to break this sentence like that, we will have. But here we are talking about full verbs. So see that in this sentence there is only one verb. She spoke to me. She spoke to me. Only one verb. That is what spoke. Spoke is the second form of the verb speak, that always have that preposition to. She spoke to me or she speaks to me. Clear? I called her later in a day. I called her later in a. See that there is only one verb. So this is what full verb. Full verb or main verb. Okay, now what is auxiliary verb? I'm going to explain you. It is full verb. That is why Abhika, unmute yourself. Sorry, unmute yourself. I called her. So only one verb. That is what full verb. Then the in the same way, now I'm going to explain you auxiliary verb. See, the same word I will take and then I will make one auxiliary verb. I told you there is all be form, have form, and do form. So for be, how many parts will come in be? Is, am, are, was, were, shall, will. In have, has, had. What about do? So do, does, and did. Where you are going to find all these things? Just remember that these are helping verbs. Auxiliary verbs are also known as a helping verb. See this sentence. I called her later in a day. Suppose if I will write, she is calling her father. Okay. So see here she is subject, is verb, calling also verb, to verb. See She is subject, is the subject, calling is also verb. Now if I will ask you why there are two verbs given in one sentence. So we are talking about B form, means auxiliary form, helping verb. See, is given. I told you whenever in a sentence, wherever you are find any B verb means is, am, are, was, were, shall, and will. So that is what auxiliary verb. So it is helping verb. See, what types of verb? Helping verb or auxiliary verb. In auxiliary verb, what category? So you will write it is primary auxiliary. Okay, calling. If I'm going to write calling, so it must need any other verb. Any other verb we need to make it complete. Okay. So we can take was calling, were calling, shall. Shall for shall, that will not be like that. Am calling. Okay. So that is what helping, and that is what main verb. So here this main verb is what, somewhere helping verb. That is just followed by the word calling. See, primary auxiliary verb can function both as helping verb and as full verb. They include all, be, have, and do. I told you about main verb, that main verb can function alone in a sentence. But what about auxiliary verb? They can function both as a helping verb as well as full verb. She is not listening to me. Okay. As helping verb for the main verb, listening. Listening is what, in the same way what I explained you here, this calling is main verb, that is working as a helping verb here. Okay, so they can stand in both way, stand alone, as well as they can also work as an helping verb. See, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Only one verb, so that is what, main verb. Okay. Then after, their players have an advantage. Their players have an advantage. Here have. I told you where there you will find B form, there will be auxiliary verb, but here have only one verb, so it is working as a main verb. Clear? I did not reply to this email. See, there are two verbs. I did not reply to this email. So see that did not given, and then after reply, two things has been given. So what is that? As helping verb for the main verb reply. Here did is used for helping verb, and what is main verb? Reply. Clear? So students, only 4 minutes remain. In 4 minutes, so I am going to explain you modal auxiliary verb. Okay, what is modal auxiliary verb? See that all modal auxiliary verbs can function only as helping verb and include all types of modal, as I told you, that can, could, should, may, might, will, shall, should, must, like that. Okay, so these are called modal verb. Can I help you? See, what is modal verb? Can I help you? Question mark. So this can is modal. Then again, may I come in? What is that? Modal. So he could not walk properly. So could is what? Modal. In a sentence one, okay, that I already explained to you. Turn the page. Function of primary auxiliary. What is the function of primary auxiliary? To show tense of the main verb as calling, I told you is calling. So is calling is talking about present continuous tense, that is shown by primary auxiliary is plus ing form. To show a habit, likes or dislike. When we have to use any types of habit, we have to use primary auxiliary. I like painting. Okay, I take bath daily, or I take breakfast at 7 o'clock. So this is the habit that is shown by primary auxiliary, or like or dislike. See, to build a negative, interrogative, and emphatic sentence, when we have to make what is that negative, interrogative, and emphatic sentence, we use this. She does avoid oily food as much as possible. Emphatic. Here he is making emphatic sentence. What is that? She does avoid. She does avoid oily food. Okay, if I will write, she avoids oily food. So see that both sentences are same, giving same meaning. No, she does avoid oily food. And if I will write, she avoids oily food. What is the difference? See that here only one verb is given, that is what main verb, and also it is a type of affirmative sentence. Here does and also avoid. So main verb avoid, does is what helping verb. And also it is a what type of sentence? Emphatic. Okay, so here she emphasizes what? That she avoids oily food. Here in general way it says that she avoids oily food. This is an affirmative sentence. But what about that she does avoid? So that is what? And okay, given emphasizing on that. So here student time is up now. I'm going to finish on the next class. That will be the same in language portion. Then after one more class I will finish all the chapter. For later an essay that is given in the syllabus that will be sent to you very soon. So thank you so much, students. Have a nice day.